to Nutrition Edition of Tom's Kitchen. So the things that we're looking to do is teach you guys how to live modestly with your nutrition. Okay, this is not for bodybuilders, this is not for the top level athletes. There's plenty of channels for that. This channel is devoted more to the regular guy who wants to get in good shape, or even just better shape. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding shape, but you need to start somewhere. And so the number one place you need to start is your nutrition. Okay, so Tom's Kitchen is devoted to just that, teaching you some basic tips, basic things. And remember, if you have questions, give them to me, okay? This channel is for you guys. I'm here to help you get in better shape. Just starting, that's okay, not a problem. So let's take a look at a basic breakfast that you can eat and that you can fix very easily. You can even have some of these things ready beforehand, okay? So I'm going to show you. So I like cooking fresh food. There's nothing that's better for you for nutrition than fresh food. And again, it doesn't mean that you always have to have the vegetables or you always have to have something in particular, but eat generally healthy. So a good breakfast, I do a few things. One of the things I do is a shake. So my kitchen has a lot of equipment in it, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute here. But one of the main things that I'm going to show you at the moment is the blender, okay? And I'll show you how to make some nice protein shakes. And again, real food is what you really want. That's number one, okay? However, there's times when you just don't have time for real food, and a protein shake is a good alternative, okay? Nothing wrong with that. So I generally have things made beforehand, because if you always have to cook in the morning or whatever, or make and prepare what it is you need, you may not be ready. So in this particular case, I've got real pancake mix. Now I'm not talking about the stuff that you just mix with water, okay? You want the eggs, you want the oil, you want the milk, and then you want the mix, okay? So get the old original mix. It's a little healthier, okay? It's got calorie dense, so it's a good thing for you in the morning. And then of course, I combine it with some eggs. Listen guys, whole eggs, no better protein than whole eggs. It's just really phenomenal, very complete. Yes, it has cholesterol, okay? If you eat moderately, cholesterol is not going to hurt you. In fact, cholesterol is the precursor to testosterone in your body, okay? You've got to have good cholesterol in order to have good testosterone in your body. If you're young, okay, it's a little easier to deal with. If you're 40 and over, it's much harder to deal with, and we'll get into some of those things as well later. But right now, again, this is Tom's Kitchen. We're going to show you how to cook. I'm going to show you how to cook healthy, okay, for good breakfast. So, you got to have a nice hot skillet in order to make a pancake properly, and you know, you can Google all those kinds of things. I'll just tell you the basics. But essentially, your skillet has to be a certain temperature in order for the pancake to rise properly. Okay. Guys, I use a cooking spray that's actually olive oil. Okay, when I cook, I use olive oil as well. Okay, these are some habits that you want to get into that are just very good, basic habits to help increase your health. Okay? As you get into all these different habits and you start modestly changing things, your health is going to get better and better. You're going to start losing weight. You're going to start developing more muscle as you work out. All these different things that you want to happen will start happening, okay? But you've got to make these changes. I like to pan it out, okay? It cooks better that way as opposed to a big heaping mound, okay? As the air bubbles start to get on this outside of it, that means it's starting to rise properly. Keep in mind, it is a dough, okay? So you have to kind of keep an eye on that. I have my eggs ready. As soon as I'm done cooking that, I'll immediately do 2 eggs, okay? I'll take the 2 eggs, I'll put it on top of the pancake itself, and then I'll use a little bit of syrup, but I like to use the yolk of the egg to be kind of like a syrup, okay? It's a little more healthy, obviously, and a little bit of syrup's okay. Again, if you're exercising, if you're eating properly throughout the day, this is a good healthy breakfast, it really is. And it's going to provide you the calories that you need, the density that you need to have a good morning and start. So there's an old saying, and it goes something like this: eat breakfast like a king, eat lunch like a prince, eat dinner like a pauper. Now, a lot of that depends on your activity levels. For example, I work out in the gym at night, okay? So I happen to eat a pretty good dinner. But generally speaking, what that means is you want your calories to start diminishing throughout the day. And again, you could be a little different. I'm actually different because I do work out at night. But they're just good general principles. And keep in mind, this is not for the competitive bodybuilder. Okay, and just because I train like a competitive bodybuilder doesn't mean you have to. Okay, these are good basic tips for anybody, whether you're starting, you're a beginner, or whether you are a high-level trainer. Love it. We'll do a little view of my kitchen, the kinds of utensils that I keep to cook different foods and so forth, prepare different foods. And then we'll take a look also in my refrigerator, and I'll show you how I keep some foods pre-prepped, ready to go. Keep in mind, when you're hungry, worst thing you can do is just start eating anything. Okay, and another bad thing that you can do, bad habit, is to have all these different cookies or different foods that you can easily snack on. Okay, pancakes, that's one of the reasons I like this breakfast. I have the pancake mix already made, as I showed you, and it's relatively quick. Within 5 minutes or so, you can have breakfast ready. How's that look? Pretty darn appealing, I'd say. Like I said, immediately I'll go ahead and start the eggs. Always wash your hands, guys. Cleanliness is a good habit for healthiness as well. Generally dial back a little bit for the eggs. They don't require quite as much heat as the pancakes. Again, notice I'm leaving the yolk, okay, because I want to utilize the yolk as kind of like the syrup. Keep in mind, eggs, great protein, okay? And the yolk, yes, it has some saturated fats and unsaturated fats, but the cholesterol part of it is actually necessary for testosterone in the human body for the man. I like the Aunt Jemima, just my personal preference. It seems to be not quite as sugary. And again, you're using just a little bit. Again, guys, this is not for Mr. Bodybuilder. This is not for Mr. Ready to compete in competition next week. We can do videos on that kind of stuff as well. But this channel is dedicated primarily to the guys who are starting, want to get in better condition, want to learn these different health tips and tricks and different best practices that you can utilize in order to have a daily routine, okay, that's going to be conducive to getting in shape, okay? It's all about a daily routine. It's not about something that you do for one day, okay? It's a daily routine, a lifestyle. We're going to get into some of that as well, okay? Right now, let's take a look at these eggs. Okay, so then I'll put it on top there. So this is what I've got. Okay, now as I break the yolk, okay, you see what we've got. Now I can utilize that. Okay, you see how that good stuff. Little tips coming at you.